Thank you. Hello. Hello. Good evening. That's me. Just average clothing, man. I'm not tall or anything. And you kind of start noticing that kind of stuff, like the older you get. Like I'm getting older. I'm not old by any means, but I'm getting older. And you're starting to notice this kind of shit. Like just the last weekend, I had the worst realization. Like, I can't bounce back from things the way I used to. Like, you go out boozing. It used to be when I was 21, I could go out and I could just pound like 12 beers and then have an hour of sleep and go work a double shift at the job and then just get right back at it again the next night like nothing ever happened. Now it's like 3 beers and I need to fucking take a weekend off and just kind of relax a little bit. And I thought I'd try to relive a little of like my glory days. And it was my roommate's birthday. We went out to some shitty club that I hate going to because I hate techno music. And we're out, and the next thing I know, it was like 4 a.m. And I'm like, shit, I gotta go to the river in the morning. And has anyone here been to the Salt River? You know the awful cesspool that I speak of. Holy shit. The Salt River, it's not really a person, so there's a body of water, but I mean, you know, maybe it's a person, it could be an Indian, it's on the way. I decided to go out with a group of friends on like 2 hours of sleep, go down to the Salt River, which is one of the worst places I've ever been to, and we decided to tie like 14 tubes together, and I knew about this ahead of time, and I was going with a bunch of like good-looking people, and like they take care of their bodies, and like I'm just kind of like falling behind, and you know, I tried to like work out like a little bit before like leading up to the trip, like shit, I gotta take my shirt off, and my boobs are bigger than like some of the girls in the and like we get there and we tie 14 fucking tubes together against all like common sense and like warning that everyone has given us, and we decided to do it like most newfound like seafaring people do. We're like, hey, we better smoke a blunt and maybe take a shot before we go out to the river. And we get out there and the girls are all taking their stuff off, and like, when did this fucking muscle develop in people's bodies? Like, where was that shit in the 80s? I remember looking at like my uncle's porn and being like, that's nothing. Now they have these runways that just guide you to the happy area. And when you're a little overweight and you're trying to drop some lbs, you know, to like get in a game condition, you get misled. You're like, oh god, yeah, it's starting to come down. I've got lines like the fucking Friends. And then reality kicks in, and you're like, oh shit, those aren't like workout lines. That's just where your fucking stomach sits on your legs when you're sitting in a chair trolling Facebook for fucking hours. And basically all you've managed to do is crease your body in a very sexy spot, and possibly the most unsexy way that you can. And I'm thinking, like, whatever, it's cool, like, I'm gonna get out there, we're gonna have fun. And we get onto the river and we're fucking pounding beers. And at some point, nobody told me, but we were going to reenact Titanic. But instead of an iceberg, we decided to just have this fucking tree that is clearly visible to everybody except our 14 fucking people. And we T-boned this tree. Everyone fucking capsized. I swear to God, I almost died on this trip. The rope that we poorly used to tie our tubes together had now become tangled around my leg and my left nut. It came up and around, and my leg was in this position. See, I can't even do it. It was like this. I'm not even a ballerina, and this kind of shit was happening. And I couldn't touch the bottom. And I was like, holy shit, I can't get air. I'm going to be a fucking statistic right now. And it's suddenly like, just by the grace of God, I grab something and I'm able to get above water. And it's one of the like amazing, like the pretty girls that I'm with, and she's like, her bottoms are down around her knees. And her top is gone. I'm like, holy shit, I think I fucking died. And this shit really knocked out. like earlier in the afternoon, she had been like, "Oh yeah, Chuck, you can look, but you can't touch. Like you're such an asshole. I hope that you capsize and float into the fuck you, I hate you part of the river." And enough people will throw fucking marshmallows at you. And I don't know when that became a fucking thing to do. Like, oh, let's just throw fucking marshmallows at people. I've been camping and never thrown a fucking marshmallow. That may explain my exceptional physique that I consume many marshmallows. But like you start getting older, you start noticing the shit. Like I was walking up to the club and I saw all the kids like going to the concert right there, and I was like, holy shit, I used to be into that kind of stuff. And like, oh, I'm glad I'm not now. I don't know. I love the music, but man, this house sometimes I can't understand it. It upsets me that these are things that I think of now. Like I'm only 27. Like that was just a few years ago. I don't know. You get old and this kind of shit happens, and like everyone's asking me when I'm leaving the river, like, how come you so quiet? How come are you not talking? Like I don't know. I kind of fucking almost died on there. And I get back to my house and like all I want to do is smoke a little pot, and I grab my fucking pipe and just because the world was like, hey, fuck off one more time, my pipe decided to fall right out of my hand and shatter right in front of me. Exactly, boo. I don't know. Luckily, I was able to MacGyver myself with a couple of knives and fucking electric stovetop. And if any of you smoke weed, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But you guys, you've been fucking awesome. Thank you so much.
The jukebox baby takes the floor around the old jukebox in the candy store. The joint starts jumping till the roof comes tumbling down.
Choo-choo-ah, choo-choo-ah, shoo-be-doo-ah.
Jukebox baby, you're the swingingest.